guys, welcome to our video on Gametegenesis. It's me, Izynae, and Kenyetta. And first we're going to be talking about spermatogenesis, which is the development of sperm within males. This process starts out with a spermatogonium, which has two sets of chromosomes. These chromosomes double within the cell in order to become a primary spermatocyte. The primary spermatocyte needs the double DNA in order to undergo meiosis 1. And when it undergoes meiosis 1, the DNA in the cell splits in half to create two secondary spermatocytes. Now, each secondary spermatocyte has one set of chromosomes. Even though it looks like there's two sets, actually it's only referred to as having one set of chromosomes. And each secondary spermatocyte will undergo meiosis 2, which will cause the cell to split in half once again, having the amount of chromosomes within the DNA. But it's still referred to as only having one set of chromosomes. And these are called spermatids. Now, each spermatid will undergo differentiation and in order to form into fully formed sperm cells, which will be able to fertilize an ovum. Next, we're going to be talking about oogenesis, which is the development of ovum within the female. First, you start with your oogonium, which has two sets of chromosomes, just like the spermatogonium. Now, the oogonium must also undergo mitosis and double the amount of DNA within that cell to become a primary oocyte. Now, the primary oocyte must double the amount of DNA in order to undergo meiosis 1. This halves the amount of DNA within the cell to create a secondary oocyte and a polar body. The polar body will have one set of chromosomes, and the secondary oocyte will have one set of chromosomes. However, the polar body does not undergo will not be required in any more of the process to create the ovum. The polar body will disintegrate into the female. The secondary oocyte, however, will undergo meiosis again to create the second polar body and the ootid. The ootid and the second polar body will both have one set of chromosomes, just as the secondary oocyte did, even though the amount of DNA was halved. Now, we're only worrying about the ootid because, like before, this polar body will disintegrate into the female. So the ootid will differentiate into the ovum. And once it's differentiated into the ovum will be able to be fertilized by the sperm in order to create an egg.
To go over some similarities and differences between spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Our first similarity is that spermatogenesis and oogenesis both begin with germ cells with two sets of chromosomes. Our second similarity is that they both go through the same four processes: mitosis, meiosis 1, meiosis 2, and differentiation. Our final similarity is that they both end with haploid sex cells. Now to our differences. Spermatogenesis only occurs in males, while oogenesis only occurs in females. Spermatogenesis creates the sperm. Oogenesis creates the ovum. Now, another difference to point out is that there are 4 sperm created, while there's only 1 ovum created. If you look closely, you can see that the sperm contains X and Y chromosomes, while the ovum only contains X chromosomes. Spermatogenesis occurs when the male reaches puberty. Meanwhile, oogenesis occurs before the female is even born. So that's very interesting. Now, our lab questions. First question is, how is a spermatid different from a spermatozoa? Now, a spermatid, which is kind of like this, is undergoing spermiogenesis to become a sperm. It's not a sperm yet. is typically larger and roundish. Spermatozoa, however, is in fact a sperm, which contains a head and flagellum. Next, how is an egg different from an ovum? An egg is fertilized. An ovum, which again looks like this, is not fertilized. An egg contains maternal genes and parental genes. An ovum only contains maternal genes. Lastly, which cell, the sperm or the ovum, just to remind you what they look like, provides more genetic information and or nutrients to the zygote? Now, we said that the sperm provides genetic information while the ovum provides nutrients. Yeah.